What if the Earth was flat? At first, let's imagine you wake up one morning and scientists announce, "Oops, sorry, turns out the Earth really is flat." Everyone laughs, assuming it's a joke, until NASA live streams a rocket flying straight up and smacking into a giant cardboard ceiling painted with stars. Suddenly, every flat Earth meme becomes breaking news. So, what would life actually look like? For starters, gravity, as we know it, wouldn't make sense. On a round Earth, gravity pulls everything toward the center. On a flat Earth, gravity would have to pull everything sideways, straight down to the giant pancake we live on. That means the farther you get from the center, the stronger the tilt would feel. Imagine trying to pour soup in Australia. It would immediately slide off the plate and launch into space. Then there's the problem of the edges. Every flat Earth model needs an edge, and most of them picture a giant ice wall holding in the oceans. So, congratulations! Antarctica is no longer a continent. It's a 360-degree ring of freezer walls. You'd be able to walk to the edge of the world, stand at the cliff, and look down at what exactly? Infinite void. Cosmic turtles. A black screen that says end of level 1. Whatever it is, tourists would immediately start lining up for selfies at the edge of the world, complete with overpriced cocktails named Gravity on the rocks. But things get stranger. If Earth were flat, the sun would have to behave differently too. Instead of rising and setting around a globe, it would move like a desk lamp circling above the pancake. Day and night wouldn't exist the way we know them. Some unlucky regions would live in eternal darkness, while others would get roasted 24/7 like a pizza oven. The weather forecast would be absolute chaos. Today's high temperature is 400 degrees Celsius. Tonight's low is still 400 degrees Celsius. Airplanes. Forget it. Flight paths on a globe make sense because of great circles. On a flat Earth, airlines would have to explain why your flight from New York to Tokyo takes you on a scenic detour over Portugal. Pilots would constantly bump into the sun like a giant ceiling lamp, and passengers would leave angry reviews. 2 stars. Window seat was fine, but we hit the moon halfway through. Speaking of the moon, what is it exactly on a flat Earth? A floating lamp, a giant cheese wheel glued to the ceiling. And what about eclipses? If the Earth is flat, then the whole concept of shadows gets weird. Imagine a cosmic intern standing with a flashlight and cardboard cutouts, trying to fake a lunar eclipse in real time. Spoiler, it wouldn't work. People would look up and see the sun glitching like a bad video game texture. But let's think bigger. Physics wouldn't just break, it would melt down completely. Without a round planet, things like tectonic plates, volcanoes, and seasons stop making sense. You'd get earthquakes only when someone shook the pancake. Hurricanes would be like pizza toppings sliding off when you tilt the plate too far. And if someone jumped really hard in one spot, people on the other side would feel it like a trampoline bounce. Scientists would publish very serious papers like Global Pancake Vibrations and Their Effect on Maple Syrup Distribution. Now imagine space travel. On a globe, we orbit the sun and the moon orbits us. On a flat Earth, rockets would just fly up, hit the ceiling, and fall back down like a rubber ball. Elon Musk would still try to sell tickets to Mars. But the fine print would say, "Trip not available because Mars is a 2D sticker on the dome." Meanwhile, conspiracy theorists would be live streaming themselves with hammers, trying to break through the ceiling and prove we live inside a snow globe. When they succeed, the universe's IT department would probably appear with a server error 400 for message. And the edge tourism industry? Huge. Influencers would post dramatic slow-motion videos of themselves juggling pineapples while standing at the end of the world. Kids would dare each other to spit off the edge and measure how far it falls. Whole reality shows would emerge. Survivor, Antarctica Wall Edition, and of course, people would try to climb over. Those who did would discover another Earth, stacked on top like pancakes in an infinite cosmic breakfast. The truth wouldn't set us free, it would just make us hungry. But the biggest disaster? Politics. Every country would claim ownership of the edge. Wars would erupt over who controls the giant ice wall. Someone would try to mine it for NFT edge coins. Whole armies would fall off because their generals forgot to stop at the cliff. Meanwhile, the United Nations would hold emergency meetings. Do we recognize the turtles under the earth as a sovereign nation? In the end, life on a flat Earth would be less like science and more like a badly programmed video game. Physics would glitch, sunsets would lag, airplanes would crash into the sun, and gravity would feel like someone constantly tilting your bedroom floor. Humanity would spend less time building civilization and more time arguing about who gets to sit closest to the middle of the pancake. So what's the final verdict? If the Earth were flat, reality would collapse into absurd chaos. Our planet would stop being a home and turn into a cosmic comedy sketch. The only winners would be the souvenir shops at the edge, selling t-shirts that say, "I went to the end of the world." And all I got was this lousy flat pancake. And maybe, just maybe, the real reason Earth is round is because the universe has a sense of humor.